Honorable colleagues, I rise today in support of Bill S-227, introduced by my colleague and friend, Senator Al Zaibak, to establish the month of April as Arab Heritage Month in Canada. With this initiative, we're paying tribute to a community. We're officially recognizing its contribution and, above all, we're sending out a call for social cohesion, prosperity, and justice.
Pioneers landed on Canadian soil in 1882. They came mostly from the Levant, often driven by instability and uncertainty. Although they came with their little in the way of material resources, what they did bring with them was invaluable, intangible wealth, a deep faith in work, honor, and community spirit. Ces valeurs, ils les ont transmises à leurs enfants.
They pass these values on to their children and the subsequent generations. 140 years later, that community spirit lives on. It continues to light the way for almost 1 million Canadians of Arab origin who, in every province and city, are helping to build this country. Family is at the heart of this heritage. It's the foundation on which collective resilience is built, the nucleus around which solidarity is organized. In Arab families, very early, we learn loyalty, mutual assistance, and respect for human dignity. These lessons, passed down from generation to generation, become the pillars that strengthen Canada's social fabric.
To talk about Arab heritage only in terms of cultural traditions. This heritage is reflected every day in concrete contributions that make modern Canada stronger. Beginning with the economy, it is estimated that more than 120,000 businesses in Canada are owned by entrepreneurs of Arab descent. Behind these numbers are real people with inspiring stories, engaged in a wide range of industries such as digital technology, pharmaceuticals, fashion, and banking. Not only do these women and men generate economic value, but they also support families by creating jobs, they invest in our communities, and they enrich regional vitality. Dans le domaine de la santé, des milliers...
In the health sector, thousands of doctors, nurses, and researchers of Arab origin work every day to treat, prevent, and innovate. When it comes to culture, so many artists brought their creativity and sensitivity to Canada and the entire world. In the armed forces and civilian security forces, thousands of citizens of Arab origin proudly wear the Canadian uniform. Their commitment bears witness to successful integration and a desire to serve the common good. These examples are not simply anecdotal. They show a reality. Canadians of Arab origin are a living force, rooted in history, fully committed to building the Canada of today and tomorrow.
It is not homogeneous. It includes people from North Africa, the Levant, and the Arabian Peninsula, each contributing their own history, traditions, linguistic characteristics, and beliefs. Among them are Christian communities, Maronites from Lebanon, Chaldeans from Iraq, and Copts from Egypt. They are also Jewish communities, such as those from Morocco and Tunisia, reflecting a shared history of coexistence. And of course, there are Muslims, Sunnis, Shiites, and those belonging to other traditions. Cette diversité n'est pas un...
Diversity is not an obstacle, it's an asset. Beyond plurality, a profound unity is emerging, that of a culture of hospitality, dignity, respect for education, and for knowledge. This attachment to knowledge is rooted in a long intellectual tradition. For centuries, the Arab world was a major center of science, philosophy, and medicine. In the cities of Baghdad, Damascus, Cordoba, and Cairo, we had the texts of Greek and Persian scholars translated, preserved, and enriched. Remember, it was Arab scholars who laid the foundations of modern algebra and mathematics, including the Arab numerals we still use today. In medicine, people such as Avicenna and Averroes revolutionized our understanding of the human body and health. Their works were studied in European universities until the 17th century. They were also brilliant theorists in natural sciences, astronomy, chemistry, and geography.
Cultural heritage does not just belong to an ancient civilization. It continues to inspire our modern world. By paying tribute to Arab heritage, we are also recognizing this tradition of knowledge and curiosity that has helped enlighten all of humanity. Ce projet de loi envoie.
This bill sends a clear message to present and future generations. Their identity is not an obstacle, it is a strength. It affirms that a country's wealth is not measured simply through its natural resources or gross domestic product, but also through its ability to include, to recognize, and to celebrate all its components.
By identity-based tensions, inward-looking nationalism, and intolerant rhetoric, this bill reminds us that real action is needed to build bridges. The official recognition of Arab Heritage Month is a gesture of education and unity. It is also a way to bolster Canada's position on the world stage. A country capable of celebrating its cultures is also a country capable of forging trade, diplomatic, and human connections with the entire world. Bien entendu, je ne peux pas.
Of course, I cannot deny that this bill echoes my own history. I'm grateful to have grown up in countries with an Arab culture. Although I was born to a Jewish mother and a German Catholic father and baptized as a Catholic, I experienced the peaceful coexistence of communities. I've never forgotten my roots, my mother tongue, the gentle way of life of my childhood, the warmth of the sun, the immensity of the desert, the values passed on by my mother, a sense of welcome, respect for elders, and the quest for excellence. In Canada, these roots found fertile ground in which to grow. It was an object derived from Arab know-how, the hammam exfoliating glove, that marked the starting point of my entrepreneurial journey. By adapting it to the North American market, I turned my roots into a springboard. But the Renaissance glove wasn't just a product, it became a bridge between two worlds, the Arab world and the world of Quebec, the traditional and the modern. It embodied a living dialogue between two cultures, learning to understand and enrich each other. My story is just one of many. However, it illustrates what the meeting of Arab heritage and Canadian dynamism can represent, a blend of tradition and innovation, of memory and the future.
A month necessary, because it is not enough to say that diversity is a source of wealth. It must be showcased, explained, and shared. Arab Heritage Month should not be some quaint observance. It is more than just a celebration. It is about informing and sharing. It is about using this time to raise awareness about the history, values, and contribution of the Arab community. It is also forging links between generations, between regions, and between communities. At
a time when racist overtones and verbal, physical violence are resurfacing, it's essential that our institutions send a clear message. The Senate, which also has a duty to represent minorities, would honor itself in passing this bill. In doing so, we will be sending out a powerful message that Canada is faithful to its vocation as an open and tolerant society, where every culture enriches the other and where every citizen, whatever their origin, has a place and a role to play. Dear colleagues, I invite you to support this bill so that Arab Heritage Month becomes a reality, a tradition, and yet another milestone in our country's inclusive and ambitious history. Thank you.